Um, what you're about to see is me losing my patience with a DIY job. I sat there at the office waiting an hour for somebody to get done pouring. It just happened to be this job that I got snagged with to do the kill off. Now I know why he was there so long. Anyway, so my Saturday was good. Went to one job. Water was acting funky on the truck. Got that figured out. Got out of there. Got back. Waited an hour for a job. When I showed up, it was listed for a 10 plus. I called dispatch and I was like, oh yeah, it's definitely a 10 plus. He's like, how much? And I was like, yeah, hold a truck. I'm thinking 7 or 8. He's like, okay. So I get started to maneuver around, and I even told him as I was driving around getting position, I said, I'm driving around to get in position. I said, I don't know if I'm going to finish this back porch area. I said, but if they do all of the projects that they've got going on, because there's a lot going on, yeah, I'm thinking about 7, 8. I said, and I'm going to be a minute because they've got to shovel a lot. He was like, fair enough. Call me when you know. All right. Anyway, I pull up on the job. That was the worst part of it. The owner doesn't talk to me. The fucking finisher doesn't really talk to me. I get out and take it upon myself to go walk the area. And I ask him, I was like, how do you want me to approach this? Oh, go around the back. I was like, okay, no problem. Somebody could have come up and said, hey, go ahead and go out that way and get in position. We're going to pour it from the backside. No problem. You know, do I need to sign anything? Nope, he doesn't. I have to volunteer all this crap. Anyway, I give my assessment to the dispatcher as I'm getting positioned. He's already tracking. So I get done. I get over. I get washed out. I call him and I was like, yep, he's measuring up now. He's going to let us know. I'm still calling 7. I got out and walked it before I was empty. Yep, still looks like 7. Owner comes up and he says 5. I said, I've been off before, but not by that much. And I went, eek. And he was like, what? I was like, I know how far 5 goes. And yeah, something ain't getting done today. He's like 5.5. I was like, yeah, something still ain't getting done today. But I'll call 5.5 in for you. So I called it in. Got finished cleaning up. Started out. Called dispatch again and said, yeah. He's like, how much? And I was like, no, they still want 5.5. He's like, you're calling me. Why? I said, because, yeah, I tried to save them, but I got a feeling. He's like, oh, shit. He's like, yeah. Yeah. He's like, they didn't listen. I said, no, they did not. He's like, so they might run short. Yes, they might. He's like, they're just trying to piss me off today. I said, I tried to save them. I tried. He's like, well, head back home and wait it out a minute. We're still waiting on a couple of, kill-offs, whatever. I was like, okay, no problem. So I get back, I go upstairs, I look at the board, and I'm watching the one truck. And I know the one truck, I know the way he pours. And I'm looking at the other ones, and I'm like, I know the way they behave. And I'm thinking, he's going to get done first, I betcha. Anyway, so I'm sitting there going, come on, BB, give us a call. Tell us what's going on. So he calls a plant manager, and he says, yeah, they're going to need 3 or 4 more yards. Well, yeah, he called it right. It's about 4. Because I got tagged with that kill-off. Well, here's the video. He had that kill-off. And the reason why we waited 2 hours for him to get back. Yeah, I would not, after seeing the behavior, I would not have been able to stay in my truck if I had been the one to start this job. I would have been out there helping them. It was so bad. So basically it was a family affair, DIY job. Grandpa, uncle, kid, friend, another kid, probably another grandson, you know, that kind of thing. The youngest of them had absolutely no idea what he was doing. The other guy was barely holding on by a thread, and the one with the rod, yeah, he wasn't, I don't think I got him in. Only the other guy, the one that knows what he's doing, well, sort of. Got a good concept, but not really there. But anyway, yeah, I got out and couldn't stand it anymore. Grabbed the rake from the kid who didn't know anything and just started. Yeah, we were done in about 5 minutes. Anyway. There's a little bit of radio chatter on there while I was out of the truck. Didn't know that was happening. I think I've discussed it before, where run into jobs where they're taking too long, we're running out of water, or the finisher is just a water whore, for that matter, and they need a truck to go in. Yeah. I got one of those scenarios on the radio. Yeah, rinse out your drum, fill up your water tank, and I'm going to send you an address. Told it happens. Yes, it does. So anyway. All in all, it was a good Saturday. By the time I got back from there, we were all done. And got cleaned up. Had acid all over my face. I had it here. I had it there. I had it here. I have it in my hair. Yeah, there's something in my hair in that video. I have yet to discover what it is. It might be the tag to my shirt. I don't know. There's something back there that dropped on my head throughout the course of the day. God fucking knows. Anyway, got home. Got a couple of cocktails in me. Had me a salad. Made me some toast. And now I'm sitting here. And I'm about ready to put on a really long YouTube video and go to bed. That is my agenda. Pulled into the driveway this morning and noticed that my neighbors are missing. My big band of neighbors with the crazy yodeling fucking rooster have moved. I was like, I knew something was off when I got back from Idaho. I'm like, it's so quiet when I leave. Usually there's a rooster out there going, yeah, the rooster's not there. So God knows how long they've been gone. I haven't fucking noticed till today. Yeah, welcome to my world. Anyway, hope y'all had a great week. Ours was kind of kookadook. First 2 days were like literally I went in, I think I did one load and went home. I started the truck, didn't do anything. Did another same thing on the next day. And then the next 3 days were 4 hours and then 12 hours and then 14 hours. It is what it is. And then Saturday was basically a full day because making up for Monday and Tuesday that got rained out. So it's all good in the hood. So, but yeah, it was a good day. And you know what? I don't mind concrete finishing. I don't mind getting out and helping DIYers. I really don't. But when I saw what they were doing, it kind of gave explanation as to why it took so long for the first truck to get poured out. I was like, yeah, we ain't gonna be here till 4 o'clock doing this shit. Yeah. That first span, before I turned on the video, that took them 15 minutes to go probably 3 feet across that slab. And I was like, click. This is what doing it wrong looks like. So, here's a lesson in rodding. We're going to use my vape as an example. Rods do not go perpendicular to the slab. They tilt. You drag and flip. Drag and flip. Drag and flip. And then you have hopefully 1 or 2 people there to scrape the front. Push as needed. Scrape the front. Push as needed. Scrape the front. Push as needed. Now, there is no scissoring. And there is no, like, pile driving. It is tilted because this little corner here acts as a blade. This part here acts as a relief for piling. And it does pile up on the front. However, you need finishers there to rake it back. Pull it off, push it in. Pull it off, push it in. It's kind of like it's like a song and dance thing. You get a rhythm going. It goes real quick. So yeah, there I was. Enjoy. What doing it wrong looks like. Now I know why the other guy was here so long. My hands are itching. Yes, please. Somebody knows what the fuck they're doing. Get in there. Let it in the cold joint. Pull and flick. Pull and flick. Where's the damn brake? I'm about to pull this vest off and get out there and fucking help. Not to mention, they're holding the damn rod wrong. You hold it at an angle so it acts like a blade. Here we go.
37 Andre, you got a copy? Circle. Yeah, what's your ETA right now? It's it, 1 minute. 10-4, we're just about wrapped up here. I should be seeing you.
Can I get over there? All right.